Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we are in our 12 weeks of Handmade Christmas, and we're on week 10, which is all about decorations. So I was showing you how to do a tree with one of these polystyrene cones. And I thought, as they came in a pack of 2, that I would do something with the other one. And I thought, well, I haven't done an angel yet, and I don't want an angel to hang on the tree. Although you probably could with this, because you could put a little hook on it, but I wanted one to have as a centerpiece. So a cone polystyrene. You need, for the angel's head, you need a bead of some sort. Now I had a bead and I've just painted it with some acrylic paint because I was making angels with other things. So I mixed up some colours of acrylic paint to just give me the pink. So that's the little bead on there. And we're using some doilies for the angel's wings. And because these are quite small, now these ones were, quite a while ago, and I've still got them. They were foil snowflakes. A few years ago now, but you know, if you've got anything like that or a doily or something, and you can use whatever size you want, because this is going to be, I want it to come out along the side, that's not big enough, so I'm going to use 3. So I'm going to have one there and one sort of halfway across and the other the halfway across like that, so that will give quite a nice sort of you know, wing shape to the angel. So that's going to be the wings. And I thought that I would use, because I've got quite a lot of it, and it's quite nice because there's a line on here. We're going to use ribbon to cover it this time. So I've got all sorts of scraps of old white ribbon, some that says Merry Christmas, some lacy ribbon, some wide ribbon, and some golden things. So I thought I would start with this wide ribbon, and I am going to cover it. So I'm going to start with, let's just start with a bit on here, so I've got something to put my ribbon onto, because you need to wrap it quite tightly when you're doing ribbons. So I'm going to put this on here. Probably should have cleaned my hands because I've been using so much hot glue that they do tend to get a bit gluey on here. Okay, so I now need to very carefully just work my way down, and I'm gluing the polystyrene first, and then I'm literally just going to take this quite tightly, take it round, and then that's down in on the center. What I might do is, I think I should probably do quite a few different ribbons and sort of build it up. So I'm just going to do this down on here a bit and just do it quite tightly. So this ribbon is going to have to come down at quite an angle, which is fine because we'll do other bits of ribbon as well. Right, I need to get another bit of glue stick in here. Let's put that in, press that down. So I'm doing this because this ribbon is going to come down at quite an angle, which is fine because we don't need to have it. All I want to do is to cover the whole of this with ribbon. So this is going to come down like this, say at quite an angle on here, and then I can just make sure that I've got a good bit of glue along the bottom piece here, and then I can take that, and with some scissors, what have I done with my scissors? Oh, here they are. I was going to say, I thought I had them out because I've been using them for all the different projects. Okay, so that can then just be cut along there like that. And then I'm going to take the ribbon from here and just bring it down. So put some glue. I think I'll probably put it on the top of this. I want to try and take it so that it looks a bit prettier. So I'm going to take it in a slight point. And I don't think it'll go all over, but that's fine. I'm trying to sort of show you that you don't have to have, it works with scraps and things. So this is going to come in like this. And it's going to come down this way. And then we'll just put this. You just need to make sure that you put your ribbon quite taut. But this is going to come quite nicely down. And then I can just cut this piece off again at the bottom. But as I say, we're using scraps that are over, so there's probably not going to be enough to do the whole thing, but that's fine because I've got other different ribbons as well. So I'm just going to cut a strip of this. And again, it depends on the size of ribbon you've got. If you've got some quite thick ribbon, then you're going to be all right. So with this, we're literally just, and I'm not quite sure whether these come out very well on camera because I'm doing a cone, but I'm trying to sort of keep it down a bit so that you can see roughly what I'm trying to do on here. So I'm just trying to cover it with the ribbon. And as I say, I don't think it's going to go all the way around, but that's fine because as long as it goes around where we want it to at the front, the back's going to have the wings on and also going to have hair. So the angel's going to have hair. So it's going to be quite a, what do they call it, rustic type look. But I've done quite a few different angels in different styles, so I think that this will work quite well. Take that round on there, flatten it down. You have to be careful because quite often the glue will, depending how hot it is, and it's quite cold today, your glue will dry quicker in colder temperatures. So, you know, if you're in a part of the world that starts getting quite cold, and we're now coming into, you know, winter time, so it is quite a bit colder. Now I should be able to get that piece down in. Yeah, I can get one more piece down in on here. And I don't think I need, I'm just going to take that off, keep it as it is, I think, on here. So let's just do that side. And we'll pop that in on here. And then it's going to come down on here. On here. Okay, so it's come almost all the way round, just not to there. Now, I could, let's have it, think of it the other way round. That can come round to the back. That's going to be, I'm going to do another piece in on there, because if it's an angel, she can be wearing different, slightly different one bit to another, if you see what I mean. So I can put, let me have a look on this. Will that go in? That might. I might actually have some gold in underneath and then wrap. Yes, I'm going to have some, I'm playing with this as I'm going so you can see my sort of thought process. I want a little bit of gold, that gold, I think. because I do like this gold. So we're going to have some gold coming down in on here like that. Okay, so I just need to put some glue in on here, and then I'm going to take the gold, and you can see it's coming over the top, but it's going to be covered with things, so it doesn't really matter. This is what is going to be the base layer. So that's going to be one layer like that. Now this ribbon frays quite a bit, so I've got to be careful with it, but I'm going to do it all at the same time. So this, we're just going to take some of these coming round like that. Just pop a bit of, I don't need too much glue on there, I can do some more later on. That's going to come down to there. So let's put some more glue in on here. I'm going to do all the bottom at the same time so I can then get it fairly even. So that's just going to come down like that. This one is going to come, so as I say, at the moment it looks a bit of a mess, but bear with me because it is going to look fantastic. So I'm going to put this one in this side, take that piece off, and you might find this video is going to be quite long because I'm doing the whole process of this, because I'm actually making this as I go, so it will give you an idea of how to make the whole thing. Okay, so that's going to go down in like that. Then we just need a little bit to come in here like that. I'm cutting these off first because I think it's easier to do it that way. So this is going to come in down on here, and then we've just got a little one. Oh, it's going to take two, isn't it? So we'll have one there, like that, and then we should be able to have another one through in on there, which will just cover that little bit. Okay, so that one can come in like that. Okay, this is why glue guns are so good. Okay, so now we can just get the bottom of this in, stick that down, bottom of this one in, and stick this down. I think these have been stuck down to the bottom because we want them to come down in onto the bottom, because I don't want this to fray up once I cut it. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting a good bit of glue on at the bottom. I think these ones are okay. So just a little bit of extra glue just right down at the bottom, so that, as I say, when I cut it off, it's not going to fray. Or if it does fray, it's not going to matter. So I can then cut these pieces off. Oops, bit of glue on there. And a bit of glue on there. Okay, so that is the bottom part of here. Now you can see that this doesn't match in at all, but that's fine. We now have the whole of the base of this covered. So now what we need to do is we need to put some pieces round. So that's all the gold I'm using for now. So what I could do, which I quite like, is to have a Merry Christmas round in on here. So I need to start it from there, and I want to take it over So it's going to just come in this way, put it round tight, and it's going to come to there. Do we get all the Christmas? Yeah, so we need to take it off to the word Christmas on there. And I can then put this glue in, because I want the Merry Christmas bit to come in on this one. So I want it to come in on the, whoops, sorry if I'm doing the camera, to come in higher on there. So let me just, I might just put the light on actually, because we're getting a little bit darker now. So I'm going to do it with this on here. So I want to just take this piece with the hot glue on there, so that then when I put this on, coming down here, Merry Christmas, it's going to come in nice and evenly, and then I can put this piece has got to come in along here. So let's put this piece in and tuck it in on here, and then this piece is going to come in on the other bit here. There we go. Okay, so we've now got that in there, which gives that a little bit of extra. And then I've got some of this. Where's my lovely lacy one that I had? Is that it? That's my lacy one, which I think is quite pretty. So I've still got some of this. And as I say, these are all old ribbon. So I can put this on in underneath on here, which is quite pretty, which will just come in over on there. So we'll have that amount of that to just come in under the Christmas bit. So as I say, we're building it up with ribbon so that it looks really pretty. And what I'm going to do is exactly as I did before on this. So I'm going to take this down into just in on the centre bit like this. And then I'm just going to put this in on here. Then we don't need too much of this on here, because that can just go round, and we'll just have a little bit round on here where the two pieces are going to meet. Because it's quite lacy, it's going to show, it's going to stick in quite well. So let's take that round, and it should just meet. So it does just. I will apologise now if some of my bits are coming out of camera and are not easy to see, because I am trying to do this sort of live as we go. Okay, so that works on there. That's starting to build that bit up. Now I've got some of this ribbon, so that's a bit of the Merry Christmas. I don't want to use any more of that. I've got some of this as well, which is quite pretty. So do I want to do, all right, I want to have a little bit of this coming round on here. So we'll just have one piece like that coming round. So that can go up on here. So this is going to be, let's take it from the centre, up on here. So I can put this in on here. And then I can just wrap this round, because being a cone shape, ribbon doesn't go particularly well on a cone. It's all right if it's flat because you're getting smaller and larger surfaces, but it will, if you put different pieces and layers on, it will work fairly well. Okay, so that's given us that piece on here, which I think will work okay. Once we've got the hair and the wings and things on, I think that that's going to go okay. Let me just show it up. I think I've probably been down on here, haven't I? Right, I'm going to show it up on here. So we've got our ribbon going down on the front, which is gold. We've put the Christmas part in through on the centre, and then we've got another piece of ribbon on here, which I think will work fine. So I need to make sure that's my centre shot now, that I'm not working down on the side. So apologies if I have been. Okay, so now we need to just tidy up some of these little bits here. I'm just going to put another little bit of just glue in on here. So that's come in. And I want to put in, I think that's probably going to be all right like that. So I'm going to put the beads got to come in on here for her head. So let's put, we need quite a big bit of glue on here, like that. And then we need to take this up and put this right in on the center and just hold it until it takes. Need to do it just for, you know, enough time, because the last thing you want is for it to come off. But that's got, so while that's drying, I'm just going to put that to one side. We're going to make her hair. Now, I've got some 100% cotton wool, and that's what we're going to do for her hair. What we need to do is we need to find something which is about, let's have a look and see. Her hair's going to be, no, it needs to be longer than that. Let's have a look at this cardboard like that. Okay, so this is a cardboard tube which measures, have I got something to measure it with? I think you want something about 4 inches. So let me have a look on here and see. I reckon that that's about 4 inches. Is it? Yes, the centrepiece is going to be 4.5 inches. So 4 to 4.5 inches is absolutely fine. Okay, and what you're going to do is you are going to wrap it round. So we're going to put it down on here and we're going to wrap it round about 50 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I think 40 is going to be enough actually. Okay, and then you need to take it off of there. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. So something that is 4.5 inches long, and then you need to, as I say, we're going to take this piece down on here. Got all of those all over the place. Okay, so we're going to fold it down like that, and we're going to take another little piece of the wool, and I use cotton because I think it looks more natural, but you can use any white wool. And then in on the center of it you're going to tie a knot, and then I tend to turn it over and tie another knot and pull it as tight as you can, and then tie another knot across so that it's secured. Okay, then where we've got these pieces, you're going to get your scissors and you're going to just cut them through. And then we're going to take the scissors and we're going to go through the other side and we're going to cut that through. And that will give you your hair. Now where these pieces are that we've used, I'm just going to cut those so that they are the same size and we can use those in there as well. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. So this gives our hair, and the hair is going to come in onto the top of the angel like this, and we want to glue it on, and we want to have it coming down on here. So it's, you can make it longer if you want. It's fairly short hair, but that's fine. So we just need to put your wet glue around the top and down the sides. Okay, and then you're going to put your piece in onto the top, press it down, and then just spread it down so that it comes down. Comes down the back as well. So you've got your hair for your angel. They are, I thought that she'd probably bark at some time. She normally does at some time. There's obviously a dog going for a walk. Okay, so we've taken the hair and we're just putting it down, and then we're making sure that it comes quite neatly round down on the side. So it comes down for the angel's hair, and you can, in on here, you can just fiddle around with it a little bit, make sure that it's coming nicely. And what I tend to do is to just make sure that, as you're doing like dolls and things, just make sure that you've got enough glue on here to just make sure that it all comes down neatly. So I take it up and I tend to sort of smooth it down so that her hair comes in neatly in on here, down on the back, and then down on here as well. You just need to make sure that it's come down quite neatly on there. So you've then got your sort of rustic looking doll with your hair coming down through here. Then it's a matter of finding, I wanted to have a little halo, so I've just got a it's an old piece of jewellery that had broken, but I thought that that would work quite well. So I'm going to have to stand her up on the end again so you can only see the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one side of this and just put some glue on it along one piece like this. Then I can put it there like that, press it down firmly so I know that it's glued down that side, and then I can just take a little bit of glue on here on the other part of it, and I can then press it down in on here. Okay, and then just hold it down for a second, and we've got our little angel that's come down on there, and she's now got her her little sparkly crown on. And then we just need to put the wings. So we were going to have silver. I got them all fiddled about, didn't I, when I was doing my glue. So we want 3 silver. So 1, 2, and that's another silver, isn't it? Okay, so you want 3 doilies, and I'm only using these on this side. You can use whatever size you want, but I'm just going to take this, and I need to put just a little tiny piece. I'm going to pick it up because I don't want it to stick to my table. It needs to come down on there. So we need just down on this centerpiece a little bit of wet glue, and this is going to come in on the center like that. Okay, so that's one piece, and then this is going to come in. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to turn it around the other side because it's easier for me to see, like that. And then this is going to come in on here. So I've got it exactly the same size, like that. And then that's going to come round. In fact, that's too big, isn't it? I need to bring it in a bit more. Let's see if I can pull these off a second. Yep. So I want to bring it into the center actually, because it needs to be a little bit more. Take that in. Okay, so I want these to come right in onto the center. So let me just do this again on the same bit that I'd done so that it's not going to be too upside down. That's on there. So it needs to come right the way into the center like that. That's better. And so this one is going to come in, and this one is going to come right in onto the center, like, do it that way, like that, so that comes in the center. Okay, that's better. Then we can do the wings coming in that way. That's better. Okay, so now I need to, I'm going to put lots of glue in on here. Like that, because I do want them to come round. And then I'm going to put the angel down like that, and then take the wings so that they come in. Like that. So you've got, whoops, I'm knocking the camera again because I'm getting so excited getting in on the center. So you've then got, as I say, your angel's wings coming in, and there we are. We've got a fairly simple way of doing your angel, covered in glue, but that's one of the things that you do get when you're using hot glue. It does tend to stick to you, and you get fronds coming up. So once it's actually completely dried, you can take all the fronds and things off. But let me stand up and show you. So you've got your angel in there. We've got the wings coming through on it, which is rather nice. Take it round through onto the other side. You've got her hair does come down straight, but it's at an angle, so I'm doing it like that. And you've got the rest of her little outfit on there, but then she stands up like that, which, as I say, you can't see, but we put her down like that. She makes a really pretty little rustic angel to go onto, as I say, you could put a hanging thing on it if you wanted to hang it, or as I say, I'm just going to have it sitting up on as a little table decoration at some time. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.